It's always happened. Shoplifting has always been with us, but it's now kind of taken on epidemic proportions in the same way that we always had a few illegal migrants that made it into the country, but now they're coming in by the tens of thousands. And suddenly it's a much bigger problem.
Yeah, and it's something else the left doesn't grasp. But, you know, all you ought to do is to take some of these whining idiots to San Francisco or Detroit, Portland, and see what chaos has occurred there, because they've had the same mindset that we have. And on the asylum seekers and the migrants, I mean, it is a ludicrous situation we find ourselves in, where a certain section of the population cannot see the difference between the sort of controlled migration we had before. And you might remember that there was actually quite a bit of uproar in 1971, 72, when we took the Ugandan and Kenyan Asian people in from those regimes which wished to get rid of them. And one of the most successful acts of immigration to our country there's ever been.
Absolutely.
I think there was somewhere in the region of 40,000. It caused, you know, furore. It's 600,000 a year now. You know, we have got to grasp that this is of a different measure, a different stamp, and that it's not good for the country.
Yes, but of course we are unfortunately up against it, because the lefty establishment, of which Julie Hartley-Brewer had an unfortunate encounter this morning with some woman from some refugee council or other, who wouldn't even admit that these people coming here were coming illegally. She said they were irregular migrants, and wouldn't. And I said, well, the one thing they're not is irregular, because they're regular as clockwork. They come every day, and there's thousands of them.
Well, indeed, and I mean, the refugee charities have a real question to answer about their involvement in the deaths of so many of the people who've crossed the channel, because their encouragement, their tacit encouragement, their decision to say that they are right to come here, their attitude towards them has caused deaths. And what it's also doing is preventing people coming here through the proper legal channels, who are probably in far more need than those largely 26-year-old young men who are coming from, you know, Syria, Afghanistan, and all points east.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've been looking at some videos today from Lampedusa, the island in the Mediterranean off the coast of Italy, which is Italian territory, which is unbelievable when you see what's going on there. They had something like 5,000 migrants arriving in one day on 100-odd boats. I mean, they've got a massive problem there. Nothing we've got as compared to that.
Which is why Italy now has the government it has.
Yeah, well, right.
If the establishment politicians won't do anything about this, and yet it is so obviously deleterious to the country, then the population will vote for someone who will do something about it, which they did with Giorgia Meloni.
Well, this is it. I don't think Keir Starmer's done himself any favours today by revealing his new migration policy, which up to now has remained secret, because now he's got a policy. It was better off for him when he didn't have one.
No, indeed. But don't worry about it, Mike. He'll almost certainly change his mind on it in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.